they're gonna have a bunch of people, but they're gonna have some big girls, and they want to feel good. Gotta give them up the back and then dump it, yup. My name is Bennie Pete from the Ninth Ward of New Orleans. I play the tuba since 1986. Fortunately now I'm with the Hot 8 Brass Band. I've been leading the band since the early 90s. Went to church with the Frasers, and Philip Fraser played with the Rebirth. So I was a young little kid, and he gave me, that was one of the big inspirations to me, to see the tuba players, you know, always blowing at the second lines and blowing at the funerals. And I finally got my chance to, when we started our brass band. When we first started, we all went to school together, so in our classroom, can't wait to get out of school to get to high school band practice. And then from there, we would leave the school and walk down the street to the Shakespeare Park, and we would have our band practice. And all the people in the neighborhood would kind of get with, you know, follow the band. They would meet us at the park. The people would love to hear us play our music. So we would always practice almost every day. We would practice right there in the park. We met a lot of different people, actually telling us certain songs that they wanted us to play and hear. And we would be happy to, you know, come back, meet up, and just play a lot of music, play a lot of different music that they wanted to hear us play, and sing and dance behind us. And so that's what kind of built up our crowd. You know, it was hard for us to finish school, and we all wanted to just graduate from high school, finally get a chance to travel the world. And that was one of the biggest goals that we all had, is to travel and play our music. We started off playing really a lot of traditional tunes, watching a lot of the older bands. When we were at practice, a lot of the younger people and middle-aged people around the parks, they wanted us to play like R&B tunes. And I mean, all the way to reggae music. So we had a variety of music just to choose from and learn. And that kind of kicked us to like putting music together. I would come up with a bass line, and the horn players, trumpet players would come up with different melodies. We felt good about just performing whatever made us feel good in the inside, and whatever the crowd grooves to, or whatever the crowd, you know, react to. Because sometimes, people don't know this, but sometimes if you don't have the crowd into what you're doing and you don't really feel it, you can feel, I mean, the musician can feel it. No matter what type of music you're working on, you can see if they can feel that. You know, if you go out there and play an up-to-date tune that's newer, just hit the radio or something, and they feel it, they jamming to it, then you can stay right there at that level for that time. But if you have an older crowd, and you probably just had to go back to maybe, you know, some Stevie Wonder. And if you can't, you know, try one of your tunes even. If it's just some original feel, if you have it at that point, run with it. Even if you play for the church, you gotta have some gospel tunes on y'all list. You know, you gotta have that to know that. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. It's a game. You gotta really be on point to get your audience into what you're doing. Like one of the favorite songs is like Casanova. Everybody like Casanova, so you really need to know that song. Got to put the band singing their name so they can remember who that was, making them dance at such and such party. Oh, they sounded great, this and that. And they'll be hiring you. When when we put out, but that's for all the big girls they have out there. When you go to the party, they're gonna have a bunch of people, but they're gonna have some big girls, and they want to feel good. If you tell them to dance or do they dance or just gotta give them on the back and then dump it. Yep, that's a dance, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna show you.